What if I told you the way society defines masculinity might be the very thing holding you back? For decades, men have been told to man up or never show weakness. But what if that advice is destroying your mental health, your relationships, and even your success? Let's take a closer look at the most dangerous myths about masculinity you've been tricked into believing, and why unlearning them could change your life. Masculinity isn't the enemy. The real problem lies in the outdated, harmful stereotypes that have been drilled into us men. These myths act like invisible chains, keeping us from living authentically and reaching our full potential. The worst part? Many of us don't even realize we're trapped. But once you see the cracks in the foundation, you'll never look at masculinity the same way again. And before you say, "This doesn't apply to me," think about this. How many times have you avoided asking for help because you thought it made you look weak? Or stayed silent when something didn't feel right because you didn't want to rock the boat? The truth is, these myths are everywhere, and today, we're breaking them down one by one. Get ready. This might just be the most important conversation you've ever had about being a man. Myth 1. Real men don't cry. Let's start with the big one. For generations, men have been taught that crying is a sign of weakness. But bottling up emotions isn't strength, it's a time bomb. Studies show that men who suppress emotions are at a higher risk for depression, anxiety, and even heart disease. Crying is a natural and healthy release. Want proof? Look at some of the most successful men in history, like Barack Obama and LeBron James. They've shed tears publicly, and it didn't make them less masculine. It made them human. Myth 2. Men must always be providers. The idea that men are only valuable if they bring home the biggest paycheck is crushing and outdated. Sure, financial responsibility is important, but so is emotional support, presence, and being an active partner or father. Modern partnerships thrive when both people contribute in different ways. Believing you're only as good as your wallet can lead to burnout and resentment. Remember, your worth isn't measured in dollars. Myth 3. Men should solve their problems alone. How many times have you heard, "Don't be a burden"? The truth is, isolating yourself when you're struggling doesn't make you stronger. It makes you vulnerable to even greater challenges. Research shows that men with strong support networks are happier and live longer. Asking for help isn't a sign of failure, it's a sign of wisdom. Think about this. Even the best athletes have coaches. Why shouldn't you? Myth 4. Masculinity means physical strength. This myth might feel like it's rooted in biology, but true strength has nothing to do with the size of your biceps. Real strength is about resilience, character, and integrity. Some of the toughest people on the planet, leaders, activists, and trailblazers, may not look like action heroes, but their impact is undeniable. Don't let the gym define your manhood. Myth 5. Men should always be in control. Society loves to tell men they should always be calm, cool, and collected, masters of every situation. But here's the problem. Life isn't something you can control 100% of the time. Trying to be in charge of everything leads to stress and, worse, unrealistic expectations. Instead, real power comes from adaptability and knowing when to let go. Myth 6. Vulnerability equals weakness. This one is a killer, and it's dead wrong. Vulnerability is actually one of the most courageous things a man can embrace. Opening up allows for deeper connections, greater trust, and real personal growth. Think about how much courage it takes to say, "I don't know," or "I'm scared." That's bravery, in its purest form. Myth 7. Men should always be tough. The tough guy act might look cool in the movies, but in real life, it's exhausting and harmful. Constantly putting on a facade of toughness can push people away and make you feel isolated. True toughness isn't about never feeling pain. It's about acknowledging it and working through it. The strongest men are the ones who aren't afraid to face their emotions. Myth 8. Men shouldn't prioritize self-care. Let's flip the script. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's essential. Self-care isn't just spa days and face masks, although, let's be real, those are pretty great. It's about making time for your mental and physical health, pursuing your passions, and setting boundaries. When you prioritize yourself, you show up as a better version of you for everyone else in your life. If this conversation is hitting home, imagine what else we can uncover together. Hit that subscribe button and join a community of men making a difference. Let's grow stronger, smarter, and more resilient together. Here are 2 bonus facts for you. 1. Did you know that men are less likely than women to seek medical help, even for serious symptoms? It's partly because of the myth that asking for help makes you weak. Ignoring this can literally be life-threatening. 2. Studies show that men who embrace their emotional side are better leaders. Emotional intelligence is one of the top traits of successful CEOs, and it starts with unlearning these damaging myths. Here's the bottom line. Masculinity isn't about fitting into a box. It's about embracing who you are, flaws, feelings, and all. The myths we've discussed today don't just hurt men, they hurt everyone around them. By unlearning these dangerous ideas, you're not just improving your own life, you're setting an example for others to do the same. And that's what being a real man is all about. If you found value in this video, give it a like, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and don't forget, let's keep building a world where men can thrive authentically. See you in the next video.